Hey, back again for part 4 now. Part 3 of the combat section. So, this video is going to be a lot more of the same. We're just going to be doing missions, and that's pretty much that. One thing I will do in this one, just because it's a little bit more exciting, is I will actually grab some ammo that's good against green bots. Just because, I mean, it is part of the game. It's good to actually, if you're going to be doing missions, it's good to think about this kind of thing. Okay, so we want this type of ammo. And I'll buy, I don't know. Let's get 1200 because that's 2 full rounds worth. 120 times 5 is 600, so 1200 is 2 full sets worth. Alright. And we're actually doing really good. We're up to 2.3 million. And yeah, let's head to our missioning spot. So anyways, just shout out to Snifforius for saying thanks for the videos. Okay, where was I missioning before? I think I was down here. I'm going to try a different spot this time. I'm actually going to go to this one over here. Just to mix things up. You know, one of the main things about getting ahead in games like this, especially ones that are, you know, relatively slow and grindy, is to just keep it exciting. Mix things up, try different things, try different builds. Like, you don't have to stick with this. Try different ammo, you know, all that fun stuff. So yeah, so you just go to ammo charge all. And then go to photokinetic. I believe that's the, yeah, this one. So if we get any green missions, I'll show you guys how to check that. Yeah, we'll just switch to photokinetic. It's not going to be a huge difference as far as how fast the missions go, but again, just something to keep it a bit more engaging and make the grind go by a bit more faster, and you know, or at least a little bit make it a little bit less tedious and repetitive when we're actually, you know, looking at our ammo and switching ammo and trying different things out. I'm actually playing some music right now in the background, so my desktop audio is going to be muted. Not that I've got a ton of my sound in the game is pretty much completely turned off except for essentially mission notifications, so I will stick to the roads here. I'm not gonna do the autopilot. Yeah. Turn our sensor amps on. Tier 4 sensor amps are actually really cheap. That's something that I might want to look into. I will autopilot now, just because I'm going to be looking at this. I believe they're in common too. So if you look at the market informations, 2 million. It's actually a bit more than I thought it would be, but again, once we're actually doing the higher missions, especially with our industrial tunes, you're going to be able to make millions of nick every mission. So something like 2 million nick is not going to be that big of a deal. Alright. So again, over here, combat exploration might be something to look into, but again, I'm just going to keep it easy and stick with this. When I do my next dump, I might actually throw a geoscanner on, and again, just switch things up a bit, try it out. Try out some combat exploration, because I do believe they give higher rewards. Nick-wise, I think all missions give the same amount of tokens. Yeah, we'll try a couple. Again, no harm in that. Oh, I forgot to check. So, we're up against Nimquil. So we will keep our same ammo type. We won't worry about switching. Basically, just if we're going up against green bots, then we'll switch the ammo. Because red's good versus blue, blue's good versus green, and green is good versus red. Or sorry, yellow. People say yellow. I say green, but... Or sorry, I say red. I don't know why. I mean, they're red to me. It's just, I look at the background. The background's red. Not a big deal, but... Just being nitpicky. Oh, stuck in the plants here. Still stuck in the plants. There we go. And shoot them. Where are you going? Alright, nice quick mission there. Only worth 30,000 nick though, so really want to get that bonus up. And again, luckily we do have the nice and high sell for the universal tokens right now. Not always going to be the case, but take advantage of it while you can. You know, depending on where you do missions, it is nice to... We are up against Pedestal now, so I will switch my ammo to the photokinetic. And let's just check the market information really quick. So yeah, so lots of tokens that to be sold at the or close to the 5,000 mark yet. Like on my one account, I think I've got something like 140,000 universal tokens because I was buying them for a lot of time. You do get one of the main thing is you get one of the best Logi bots in the game, the Metis, which is the main reason that I personally would want tokens. I don't know what everybody else is spending them on, but that would be the main reason I would want tokens, because the only way you can get them is through tokens. And then they also cost like 40 million nick or something like that. So they're pricey, but totally worth it in my opinion. Okay, so again, we're going to take out the Herald first. Grunts are really tanky, so I just want to reduce the amount of incoming damage as quickly as possible. And it looks like the damage is better with this ammo type. Tough to say. Could do a damage comparison, but I'm just really not that not that, I guess, ambitious. I don't know what the word you could use is, but I mean technically these guys should be good against the green bots. I will say later on, you basically want to use thermal against everything, because the higher end NPCs, like the tier 3, tier 4, and tier 5 NPCs, usually the default fits for them. They're resisted. They have armor resistances, or resist platings for the thing that they're weak at. So they basically have balanced resists for the higher tier 1. So the easiest example is blue. So first stars are tier 1, second stars are tier 2, third, fourth, and fifth stars are tier 5. So the tier 3s and up, usually the NPCs are fit to plug the holes in their resistances. So using the ammo that's good against that particular race kind of doesn't really work anymore, and you're actually just hurting yourself. Which, in my opinion, is the original devs of this game, I don't know why they did that, because like it completely defeats the purpose of even having different types of ammo. Because so this ammo does more damage overall than this ammo. So this ammo only does 22 damage, and this ammo does 24 damage. So if the NPCs are resisted to fix the holes in their resistances, then you have absolutely no reason to use the lower damage ammo. You might as well just use the damage with the ammo with the highest damage. I hope that makes sense. Generally, I just end up using camo ammo for everything. I haven't tested that. I don't actually know if it's best. I probably should look into it one day, but it works for me, so I don't really bother. Like, again, if it ain't broke, don't fix it kind of mentality for me. Although, of course, when you're playing thousands and thousands, literally thousands of hours, oh, that's a long walk. Um, if you're saving a couple seconds every single NPC you kill, and you're killing thousands and thousands and thousands of NPCs, that really does end up adding up over a long course of time. But the main thing is not to worry about being a perfectionist, or up against the Deco. So I'll switch my ammo again. Not to worry about being a perfectionist, but just getting out and doing the grind, because playing an hour slightly inefficiently versus playing half an hour and trying to optimize everything for half an hour, you're going to be better off just playing the hour slightly suboptimally. And I definitely noticed myself doing that a lot in games, is I'll mess around trying to make things as optimal as possible. Because, I don't know, like, part of that is the fun of the game, is, working on builds and figuring out what works best. Like, that's fun, for me, at least. But at some point, you do just have to go and do the grind and not worry about optimizing to the hundredth to make it 100% optimal, and, realize that 95% optimal is probably good enough, and you should just get out there and start fighting stuff. Oh, geez, that other switch is really far away. That's okay. Gives us more time to talk to each other. How's it going? You having a good time in Perpetuum? That's good. Okay, creepiness aside, let's keep doing these missions. I wonder if the market on robots has crashed yet. On my other accounts, I did just build 50 of each mech, so I'm probably going to put a bunch of them up for 10 million each, because that's kind of what they should be worth. But let's see if anybody is undercut yet. So 14 million, again, I might just grind until I get 10 million. And then buy one off of myself, because really 14 million for these bots is overpriced by about 50%, so that's a big uptick. Obviously, I could just keep grinding and grind out the missions and make the nick and do da, but yeah, rather not worry about that. Rather just buy the bots for myself for what the prices should be at, and then I'll put some on the market for anybody following these, so that they can buy their own bots for 10 million nick and not have to worry about doing the extra 5 to 10 missions that's going to take. That was a really long walk. Yeah, I do actually have spreadsheets made. But yeah, I do have spreadsheets made that can calculate, like, based on what the price of ore and stuff is. I can put in what the market price of ore is, and then figure out what the price of the bots should be, because I do actually do a lot of production. At least I used to. I've kind of slowed down on it because it's tedious and kind of hard to keep track of everything. If you're doing like mass production, having 50 things producing all the time. But anyways, when I was doing a lot of production, point being is, I'm just going to go to this field terminal. No, I want to keep going to the same one, because I don't want my tokens spread out everywhere. Lots of distractions. But what I was saying is when I was doing a lot of production, I built some spreadsheets in order to figure out what I should sell stuff for without, completely gouging whatever the market was. And, depending on what it was, and there's a lot of hidden cost to production, like actually getting the research to produce in the first place. So if you're the only person producing something, then yeah, you can upcharge by 500% because you actually put in the effort to grind out the kernels, and you should be rewarded for your work, your hard work that you put in to get something that nobody else has bothered to get yet. But that's not the case anymore. Lots of people have got almost everything unlocked. So the prices for research shouldn't really be a factor anymore, and the prices for the actual effort to get the research done shouldn't really be a factor anymore. And you should just be, upselling for whatever, 20%. Because I think to build a mech costs about 5 to 6 million, Nick. So to sell it for 15 million, like that's a 300% increase almost, which is probably more than they should be selling for. Long story short, 15 million, Nick, is probably overpriced, and they should probably be selling for closer to the 10 million range. And I don't even produce as efficiently as I could. And like I said, I think it cost me about 5 million, Nick, to make a mech. I could look it up, but I mean, it's not really relevant right now. Again, long story short, mechs should be at most about 10 million, Nick. But at the end of the day, 4 million Nick difference for a mech is not a big deal. Like I said, like once you're playing the late game and doing the higher tier missions on a beta island, 4 million Nick is really nothing. Okay, what are we up against? I forgot to look. Thelodika again. Okay, so we'll keep our same ammo. Again, it just says right here, enemies expect Thelodika. Pretty straightforward. My girlfriend hooked me up with her Spotify account a little while ago. So when I was working pipeline, 10, 12-hour days of just standing. Really got into it. And since I stopped working that, I have not been listening to Spotify as much. But the last couple days, I don't know, I've been into it again. And I've been listening to some new music, which is really nice. So I'm just jamming out to my alternative music that you guys can't hear. I really like that one song by Kenny Hoopla, How Will I Rest in Peace If I'm Buried by the Side of a Highway. Super long song name. But what I did was I put that song, and then in Spotify, if you don't have it or don't know, you can actually click on any song and go to the song radio for that, and it gives you a ton of songs that are similar, like same genre and everything. So I really like that song, and I went to the song radio for it, and every single song on that song radio pretty much is just like really up my alley for what I want to listen to right now. Just kind of really solid, good, well produced alternative rock songs. Or I guess it'd be just alternative. I don't really know genres of music that well, but yeah, I imagine it would just be alternative. Okay, this I might grab my tokens after this one and go to a different spot, because this particular switch right here is just so far out of the way that I don't want to ever have to do this again. So yeah, after this mission, I'm going to grab my tokens and go to a different terminal, because this is ridiculous. And this is where the other types of missions have a huge advantage, because like these switches are just so far away. When you do the indie missions, it's super consistent how far you have to go, because you just need to harvest or mine. And if you know where the harvest or mining spots are next to the terminals, then you only have to walk the same distance every time. You don't get this random like crappy RNG where you have to walk like literally several minutes just to get to the spot where you have to do the mission. Like this is one thing that really should have been reworked, in my opinion. And I've been saying this for the last 3 years, that combat missions are, if I were to run this server and actually know how to code everything, which I don't, so again, super grateful for the people that are doing this and putting in the work. But if it were me doing this and putting in the work, and I'm not, so I really have no I have no way that I could say, or I really shouldn't be in a spot to complain. But you know, constructive criticism is always probably a good thing for making things better, as long as it is constructive and not just destructive. Point being, I've been saying for the last 2.5 years or 3 years, however long this server has been up, that combat missions are probably one of the number one things that should be reworked, because it is what people do when they start this game. They do combat missions, and Hirschfield is one of the worst islands for combat missions. Again, I've already talked about this in the last video, but like stuff like this is ridiculous. Like, you can go back and check the YouTube video how long it took me to go from objective A to objective D, and I'm assuming that was at least a couple minutes. So yeah. Okay, I think you need to like walk away a little bit from these to trigger the enemies. But yeah, I'm gonna get way the hell away from this particular switch because it's bad. Wondering if this field terminal might be better. Anyways, I'm gonna grab my tokens and go back to Hirschfield and do a dump anyways, because I'm pretty close to being full on loot. Okay, so let's go grab my tokens. And again, super long walk here. But yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, it's been a bit of a slow start here. Going to this terminal obviously was not ideal, but it is what it is. Yeah, it'd be really nice to find a terminal that's got very, very little terrain around it, which was this one. Like, I should probably just go back to that one. Or even this one here might be okay. A little bit further of a walk to get over to it. Could try this one. This might be a good one to go to. I'm going to try this one. I'm a little worried that there'll be a switch in here, but if not, this should be kind of a nice area, so we'll try that one out. Again, mix it up a little bit. Change of scenery is nice. Just zoom in a bit so I can actually see where I'm going. Okay. Yeah, I think once we get into the mech, I might try going to beta. We'll see how much the Nick generation is for the higher tier missions. I'm not 100% sure. I am pretty sure that you can do all the way up to... I'm pretty sure you can do all the missions on Hirschfield with an assault bot. I'm not 100%... Tier 4 missions might start spawning mechs, in which case you wouldn't want to be doing it in assault, but we'll check it out when we get there. I'm going to change this up a little bit. I know I've been selling everything I get as I get it, but I'm going to start to save up a bit more because we do have a long way to go. My game did crash there, so I'm just going to go ahead and restart. I don't know why it's crashing so much. My other game crashed too, but that's okay. Wasn't doing anything on there. Yeah, I said I think I did just do a run of about 40 of each of the mechs. So I'm gonna flood the market a little bit just to. Okay, we're back. So one thing to do that's going to be a huge help is create a container. I'll just rename this. So one thing to know about containers is the way I like to sort them is I do like this. Like I go AA, AB, AC, B, depending on what kind of containers there are and how many you have. For this particular account, it's not going to be a big deal, so I'll just go AA, and then we'll just do loot sort. And then whenever I come in here, I'll just dump my whole cargo into there, grab my ammo back, and then when I'm ready to go, I can just sort this all really quick. Can you sell these? No. So I'm just going to destroy this, actually. So I do have nothing on my arc right now, so I am actually going to destroy this. That way if I die, I can just request a new one. I'm pretty sure you can do that anyways, but I'm not 100% sure on that. And it wouldn't be a big deal either way. Okay. I might actually just try and sell this. I'll place the order, and I don't know, 550,000. Oops. Package this. Sell. Be careful you don't settle that buy order for 50,000 because that would be a huge waste. Yeah, I will just put that up on the market. I doubt anybody will buy it by the time this tutorial is even over, but hey, if I get a 500,000 nick, I get a 500,000 nick. Speed things up just a little bit. Okay, so which one I want to try going to this terminal now. Yeah, so we'll try going to this field terminal here. That's going to bring us to Oxnard 1. This terminal over here might be good, but it's a little bit out of the way, so I'm not super excited to run all the way over there. If anything, I would just go to this one, because this is also a nice wide open area. Yeah, we'll try this one out, and if it's no good, then we'll try another one. This is one thing I'd highly recommend you do. Hey, sorry, just had to chat with my girlfriend for a second. Anyway, sorry, what I was saying is I'd highly recommend that you do try out different field terminals and just explore a bit. Because what field terminal you go to could make a huge difference in how fast you go, especially when you go to the industry missions. I try almost every single field terminal and I'll scout it out. Usually, what I end up doing is I get into a chameleon, which is one of the fastest robots in the game. Just nothing on it but a tier 4 lightweight frame, and just go scout out terminals to see which ones are best. Obviously, you don't need to do that, but you're up against the Ladika, so. Oh, and this is a nice close spawn. So this terminal might actually be really good because I see there's a switch right here, which is also really close. So, yeah, this might end up being a good one as long as there's no really far away switches, which there might be, but hopefully not. One thing to note, if you do join a corporation, which you are going to want to do eventually, joining a corp is one of the best things you can do. But for starting out, you might want to avoid it because some corps have got tax, which is really, really going to cut into your progression. That being said, if you do join a corp, especially one that does have a high tax, they'd probably be willing just to give you any robots you want anyways. So that's worth considering. Something in a Daedalus over there. I think that's what they're called. Oh yeah, so this is the switch I was talking about that's really close. So this is looking like a good spot. I'm actually going to go to this switch, and I'm just going to pause the video for a second, so I'll see you guys, well, you guys it'll be instant, but for me it'll be a minute. Thanks. Okay. So through the powers of technology, I have warped a little bit over to the switch. You know, I could probably cut out a lot of the walking by doing that, just pausing and starting again. That being said, you know, you guys have the ability to skip forward in the video. And I also will very likely forget to start recording again, which would be bad. Because once this stuff is done, it's done. I mean, at this particular point in what I'm doing, it's not that big of a deal because it's all the same stuff, so if I don't record some of it, it's kind of whatever. But as I've said before, I do kind of want to just show the entire process. You guys can see how long it takes, kind of what the deal is. Again, people can skip through the videos at their leisure, kind of see what the NPCs are like as you go up in mission levels. And yeah, I mean, I'm going to be doing it all anyways, so I don't really see any point in not recording it all. Because again, with the power of technology, you can just skip ahead as much as you want. Okay. Yeah, I do like this field terminal. Hopefully this is about as far away as it gets, and that's still, compared to the other ones, way closer. Okay, I'll kill the digger first because they usually do E-War. So it's going to be annoying to have him stay alive and make me and ECM me. ECM breaks your locks and then you have to relock, which is really annoying, especially when you have slow lock times like we currently do. So one thing to note is that, awesome, so that was the mission done. Yeah, this spot is way nicer. So one thing to note is that this reactor, if you go to market information here, you can see at some outposts it's worth 325, at some outposts it's worth 275, and then in Hirschfield it's only worth 250. So you can actually get, it's 75 more, which ends up being about 33% more, so pretty close to that, about a third more in value. Now, how you do that? So, Thelodica, the Thelodica Islands are these ones. You can see that by the red/yellow symbol up here. These are the blue islands, the blue symbol up there, and then these are the green islands. So if you sell the yellow plasma on the yellow islands, that's where you get the 325, and then at all the other islands it's worth the other beta islands it's worth 275, I believe it was. And then on Hirschfield it's worth the least at 250. So once you aren't really worried about making Nick immediately, it's best to save it up and try to do a trip to the beta islands in order to sell it. It is a bit of a risky endeavor, but if you do it properly and safely, the risk essentially becomes zero, as long as you know, like I said, do it safely and properly, and you have scouts or you have escorts depending on how much you are selling, that might be what you want to do. Oh, I'm just stuck in all these plants here. Let's get out of this. Okay. Wow, that was a nice quick mission. Really nice and quick. Yeah, like right now, I'm going to be selling everything because my goal is to just get into the mech as quickly as possible. Um, oh man, these are nice fast missions. I didn't even see what I'm up against. Theladika again. Okay, keep the same ammo. Yeah, this seems like it's the money spot for quicker missions. As long as we don't get any ones where it takes us all the way up here, or you know, somewhere over here. If there's like a switch somewhere around here, that might be annoying. But so far, this has been great. Really, really nice quick missions, and close locations. Wow, another one. That was almost instant. See, if combat missions were like this, they would actually be worth doing, especially like the higher tier ones. But like I said, once you get into heavy mechs and you're like going at 50 kilometers an hour, it's just so long to walk to everything. Ah, okay. So there is a switch up here that it makes us go to. That's unfortunate, but as long as we don't hit this switch too often, we should be okay. But yeah, that's really unfortunate that there's one up here, because that's gonna add a ton of time. And what are we up against? Pellistal. So we will switch our ammo again. And I picked the wrong ammo, which I probably don't even have enough of. Nope, I've only got 14 bullets of that, so that's not going to work very well. Okay, I'll charge all. We want the photokinetic. There we go. So if you've come from Eve, you might be wondering if it's better to just kill static NPCs, and because in Eve, you end up getting lots of loot, and then there's also these. It's been so long since I played. This might not even be a mechanic anymore, but if you kill NPCs, you actually get Nick. This game's way of doing that is basically through the reactor. Now in Eve, they just give you money straight up for NPCs you killed every 15 minutes or whatever it is. You just get money for killing NPCs. But yeah, in this game it's the plasma. So killing static spawns is not as good as doing missions. You get more nick per hour doing missions. It's not even close. I haven't actually tested it, but it's just so not even close that I don't need to test it. The plasma you get and the amount of time it takes to kill NPCs and static NPCs, it's just not, again, I'm going to say it's not even close. So yeah, doing missions, especially early on, is way better. Now, if you get a dedicated group or you have dedicated bots in order to kill stuff really, really fast at static spawns, it could end up being better than doing missions, but for the firepower that you're going to have at the start of the game on one account, it's not going to be close. This is kind of a cool area. It's just so far away. I mean, it's kind of fun to come in here and do the switch, but again, it's just like it's so out of the way. And you got to like, I'm going to say it again. If the distance was just from here to here, it wouldn't be that big of a deal, but the distance is from here all the way around to here, so it probably more than doubles the distance by having to go here and then here in order to get to the destination. But I mean, it is what it is. Add a little bit of spice to the walking around and go into the little secret area, and oh wow, and then it makes me go all the way over here too. Like, this is brutal. Like, again, the distance from here to here, not that far, but I have to go all the way out and around and back again. So, yeah. I'm going to guess that this field terminal will also do something similar where it gives you a trigger here and then here. So, this one's probably not going to be much better. This one might be okay. I think it's far enough away that it's not going to go to any really annoying spots unless there's a trigger in this area, in which case you likely have to walk around like this. But anyways, I'll stick to this one a bit longer. One potential option is that if I do get a trigger up here, I could just abandon the mission. That might actually be something that's worth considering. Just abandon the mission and accept a new one. Because all the rest of them are so nice and close that if I just abandon this one, I'm going to be able to do 2 or 3 missions in the time it takes to do this one. So it'll definitely be worth it to just abandon it. I'll think about doing that if I get this mission again. I'll see what the repercussions are for abandoning. I don't think they're that bad though. Yeah, this is just so much walking. Again, try to utilize the roads as much as possible. Yeah. Abandoning missions isn't something that I really considered up to this point because I haven't had a terminal where just one mission is going to be an annoyance. But if that's the case for this one, where there's just the one trigger spot that's going to be really bad, certainly worth considering just abandoning those missions. You will lose some reputation, and it will also knock you down on your multiplier. I think it just knocks you down once. If it completely resets your multiplier, then it might not be worth doing. But we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Item delivery. Okay. All right. So back up a bit to spawn this guy. Again, that was like how much walking and how much killing in this mission. Like, it's just the walking is so much. Okay. These industrial spawns are actually something that I did early on. In order to get the industrial research. There's a really, really good spawn down here, and then there's also a good one down here. It's actually been nerfed a fair bit since the server started because they completely changed how scarabs work. Scarabs used to be extremely squishy, so you could one-shot them with almost anything, but they reworked the scarabs, so now industrial kernel farming is not as good as it used to be. That being said, industrial bots don't shoot back, so it's still one of the easiest things to farm. It just takes a while. It's just time. Okay. Okay, so we got a nice close one, so we don't have to worry about going all the way up to here. Oh, we're actually almost at level 2 missions. Goes level 0, level 1, level 2, and we're doing level 1s right now. Okay, so I should have switched ammo. I probably still could, but... Oh, I actually have the photokinetic ammo from last time because I forgot to switch out, so I do have the right ammo. And I knew that would happen. I knew I'd forget to switch ammo, because everybody does. Oh yeah, this is perfect. See, again, really, really nice mission here. It's just that one switch trigger that's going to be a pain in the butt. Take out the Herald first, again, because grunts are super tanky, so I just want to reduce the incoming damage as much as possible first off, and then worry about the grunt after. After this, I do just need to pause the video again. I won't move at all. I'll stick right where I'm at, and hopefully I don't die to any roaming observers, which is something that we haven't actually seen yet. But observers do like to come along this path, and they go in here and switch around. Oh, there's another. Yeah, I'll finish off this last part first. Okay. Perfect. 109,000 nick for that one. Really good. Okay, so I'm just going to pause the video and I'll be right back. Okay, back again. Alright, a couple more missions and we'll unlock the next tier. Actually, sure. Not sure. I just want to click on this. Okay, no. I'll check it when I'll check what happens when you abort the mission if we get this one again. We might not even get it again by the time that we finish all the missions, so might not have to worry about it. Okay, drone. Pretty easy mission. Okay, I need to. I was looking for this song and I really wanted to like it. This one. There we go. I heard this song the other day and I really liked it. It's called Cash Machine by Oliver Tree, in case anybody wants to look up the song that I'm talking about that you can't hear. But I was listening to this song the other day. It came up on this song radio and yeah, I really liked it, so I wanted to find it again and put my heart on it so I can find it again. Okay. Yep, just a bunch of level 1 light bots. I don't think we've encountered a single assault at level 1 missions, so I don't know if there'll be assaults in the level 2 missions, but I guess we'll see when we get there. The assault bots to look out for are blue is the executioner. They're really tanky and do a lot of damage. And I can't remember the other kinds. But blue is the executioner. The other ones, I will remember them when I see them. But I can't remember them off the top of my head. But yeah, every single race has got particular named NPCs. Like you see how this one's the mantis, and they have certain attributes depending on what they are. So the first word is what rank they are. So rookie for Thelodica is rank 1, and mantis is what type of I guess you could say like fit they have, personality. I don't know. I guess I would say fit. I'm actually gonna destroy some of these heavier objects so I can farm a bit longer. So yeah, mantises for the light bots, once you get to the higher tiers, are Ewar bots, I think. I'm having a bit of trouble remembering right now. It's been a while since I've farmed light taps, because I've graduated to doing mostly medium taps on my main accounts. I've done enough light taps, I should know it, but the ones I'm most familiar with are blue. I've done more blue than pretty much anything else, so. I've done a lot of green as well. Yellow has probably been my least farm taps. Taps are what I'm going to be doing later on once we need to do our EP farming. So that's something that we'll be covering in a couple of videos from now. I do have other videos on taps, but it will also be part of this series. 196, probably 2 more missions, and we should be good. Should be good for the next level of missions. Up to 3.3 million Nick, probably closer to 4 or 5 million once we sell our tokens. Okay. Warrior is the 2nd level, so I'll kill the rookie first because he probably has less armor. And then I'll kill the warrior second. Alright. I'm going to reload. B is the hotkey to reload. I really don't need to, but getting used to your hotkeys and just practicing stuff like this is really, really good for preparing for later on. Again, this is part of the reason why I chose Thelodica, is because they do have a lot of quality of life things, like the huge clip sizes, so you don't have to reload as often. But the other races do have lower clip sizes, so you will need to remember to reload more often. So just something to think about. If you are playing with the other races, you've probably already experienced that, but if you are eventually going to cross-train, it's good to start practicing those types of things. Oh, there's a third part. Okay, again, just destroy some of these heavier modules. Get a little bit more room in my cargo. The modules aren't really worth anything, so... At least in small quantities like this, the refined commodities market hasn't really been explored by anybody, so the buy orders aren't really fair. I don't know if fair is the right word, but they're out of whack. So if you're doing producing by yourself, it's good to recycle stuff, but if you're trying to sell things by recycling, you might not be getting the best bang for your buck, just because, again, the buy orders and sell orders for refined commodities is kind of non-existent. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I know I'm not doing it, so if I'm not doing it, it's probably just not being done. It's maybe a little bit egotistical, but also kind of true. Nice, we got the next level unlocked. Okay, so I will abandon this one. And this might make it so I lose my ability to do level 2 missions. It did. Okay, so we gotta do this one. I will abandon this one too. And what does that do? Okay. So that completely reset our bonus multiplier. So that's worth considering. Most of our nick is coming from tokens anyways, so I'm going to say it's probably still worth it to abandon this particular switch quest, but obviously not as good anymore now that we know that it completely eliminates our bonus multiplier. So something to consider. I'm probably still going to abandon just because I think the tokens are more worth it, and getting tokens quickly is going to be, yeah, like look at that, just so much faster. Like this one mission, we would still only be halfway walking to this one right now if we had accepted that other mission. So okay, we got these unlocked again. We're at -1. Cause yeah, we're getting 40 tokens per mission now, so that's 100,000 the mission just in tokens. Or, no, it's more than that. It's 200,000. So yeah, if we can just do missions quicker as opposed to having those like super long ones, I think it's going to be more nick per hour. Okay, so I'm going to do a couple of these tier 2 missions. I'll say 2, including this one. So this one and another one. And then that's going to be it for this video, because we're coming up to an hour now. So again, I don't really want to go too much more than an hour per video. Arbiters. So these are tier 3 light bots now. Arbiters are level 3. Oh, and I forgot to switch my ammo. So, gonna be a little while of blasting these guys. Oh, they're doing lots of damage now. I might actually have to kite a little bit, but I'll just face tank it for now. They don't have any E-War on me, so yeah, I'm actually gonna kite a little bit. Shouldn't be a problem, but I don't know how long. Okay, so he lost his lock on me. So I'll get in there, shoot once, back out. Get closer to shoot, back out. Okay, he lost his lock on me. So they have about probably a 6-second lock time. So if I can get 2 rounds off and then back off and get in again. 2 rounds off, back off. Get in there again. So the green ones are going to be a bit more of a hassle, obviously, as we've already talked about. And grunts are one of the worst ones because they've got armor plating. So, yeah, it's just going to be a bit of a pain to fight green, but it is what it is. Especially when I forget to shoot my ammo. Okay, and he's running now. So we'll let him break his lock again. Okay. And now I'm just gonna finish him off. I'm just gonna sit on top of him and finish him off. Shockwave has completed the tutorial. Shockwave, isn't that a Decepticon or something? Okay, there we go. And I'm going to remember to switch my ammo now. Photokinetic. I'm going to cycle my armor rep off. I know I'm not at full armor yet, but I want to make sure I get one or two more ticks of my accumulator. Just so I stay above half so that I am not actually losing accumulator. I'm just kind of sustaining it. Yep, so 2 level 3 light bots of the bad race, giving us a little bit of trouble. But you know, you just gotta play smart, play safe, kite if you need to. Don't face tank everything if you're dying. It's really not that hard to figure out. Now against level 3 light bots. Oh wow, we actually got an assault bot now. Okay, so things are actually ramping up. So Patrician is a tier 2. Arbiter is tier 3. Patrician is tier 2. So give us a tier 2 assault bot. Damage isn't too bad. And barbarians are actually fairly what's the word? Not tanky? What's the opposite of tanky? Soft? Paperweight? I don't know. Squishy, yeah. Our barbarians are actually fairly squishy. So that's a nice assault bot to get up against. Okay, so 72,000, and that was... So, if I had a 5 times multiplier, this would probably be close to 200,000, which is, you know, not bad. We're getting 400,000, or sorry, 200,000 just from the tokens, so... It's about close to a $500,000 nick per mission, if we had the 5 times multiplier. Okay. We got another pedestal one, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. Yeah, a single assault bot's going to be a lot nicer to fight than 2 light bots, because the light bots and the assault bots actually use the same weapons, so they effectively have close to the same DPS. Assault bots obviously are a little bit more, but they're close. So fighting 2 light bots is going to be a lot more dangerous than fighting 1 assault bot for most of the time. A single grunt, level 2 grunt, isn't going to be that big of an issue though. Should be able to just face tank this the whole way. But it is going to take a while to kill, so we will just relax. I forget what the level 1... Oh yeah, I forget what the level 1 green bot is called. I'm sure we've seen plenty of them throughout these videos. Servant, right there, that's what it is. It's Servant. Yeah, Servant, Arbiter. Then... I've forgotten the other one now already. I recognize them when I see them, and I know what they are when I see them, but thinking about it without seeing it is just... Patrician, that's it. It goes Servant, Arbiter, Patrician. Again, I don't remember the tier 4 and 5. I'd remember it if I saw it, but... Holy crap, that's far away. Again, just destroy all these armor reps. And missile launchers are also really heavy. So I'll just destroy all of that. Oh, jeez. Okay, we got a long journey up to the next trigger. But I'm sure we'll get so many rewards that it'll make it completely worth it. Yeah, after this one, we're going to go back. We're going to do a nice big sale. I suspect we'll probably get a couple million for our sell when we go back after this one. And yeah, it's going to be nice. Going to be well on our way to a mech. With the mech, we'll probably need about 3 to 5 million to fit it out with tier 1 stuff. And we are going to actually want to start looking to upgrade our actual gear at that point once we do get the mech. So if we can just skip tier 1 and go right into tier 4, we will do that because it'll save us money in the long run. And then we'll grind up so that we have enough nick for a backup one, and then we'll probably start going to the beta islands and start grinding up our factional tokens instead of the universal tokens. But like I said, once I do get to the mech, I am going to be switching over to the industrial start. Because, again, if you're just doing a solo account, once you get into a mech, that's going to be good enough to kind of do most of the stuff that you want to do. If you're just doing a solo combat account, yeah, you're going to be very likely just interested in PvP. So if you can get into a mech, you're going to have the ability to do what you need to do for that. Once I do the industrial account, then we'll start looking at okay. Yeah, once I do the industrial accounts, then we'll start looking at how you can actually use your accounts together, and we'll focus more on going to beta islands. And then it'll be the same process there when you're doing combat or not. But yeah, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Just something to think of, to look forward to in the future. Lots of plants around here. Lots of good plants. So yeah, well, I'm just going back to grab my tokens right now. And hopefully I'll have enough cargo space. But yeah, we got lots and lots of good stuff this time. Turn my armor up off. So yeah, I think I'm going to come back to this field terminal when I do the next one. And we'll kind of stick with the same strategy of look at all those tokens. 280. Very, very nice. Okay. Again, I'll go ahead and grab my ammo. Used a lot of ammo that time. And then all the stuff that I want to sell. So those aren't really worth anything, so I'll just grab all of this. I'm going to leave the modules in here for now. I'm actually going to make another container. I want this one to be second, so I'll name it AB. And we'll name it repair loot. And we'll take all these modules and we'll just throw it in there. I'm not going to repair them now, but that's something that I might want to do in the future. Okay, we can sell the Titan ore. Again, I do want to hold on to those. Okay, I'll sell all this. 100,000 there. Should actually look at this. So I'm at 3.8 million right now. Let's see what we get up to after we sell all this stuff. I don't know if these are worth much. I'm actually going to hold on to my decoders. Those are used for manufacturing. It's nice to have some of them. These comment kernels are going to be worth a fair bit, I think. Yeah, 331,000. Very nice. And 1.2 million there. Oh, we filled out a buy order. So we're up to 6 million now. I was at 3.8, so yep, 2.5 million, pretty close to 2.5 million from selling. And yeah, we're about 6 million away, I would say, from getting into a mech. So that's going to be it for this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.